But how does what happened with Dorothy? Like, I'm not out there caught up in a twister. I'm not in a storm. Are you sure? Are you sure you're not up there in the clouds? Are you sure you're not consumed by social media? You're not consumed by society? Ooh, come on now.
Hi, welcome to this edition of Real Talk with TAS and OnJerya. I am one of your co-hosts, Dr. Teresa A. Smith, Dr. TAS. I'm always joined by my beautiful sister, OnJerya. And so we look forward to bringing you little bits and pieces of what's going on in the world and see how we can figure it all out. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Happy Tuesday.
I am doing great.
I feel like alfalfa, that little.
Oh, you are so alfalfa. You got that new do, and I got the old do. And so you want us to notice that little wayward hair, that
Yes,
little spring alfalfa. Okay, alfalfa. I see. How you doing today, girl?
honey, it's been a day, but I'm here. Thank God I can't complain. I'm here amongst the living.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so I can't complain. Hey, Coastal
absolutely.
Jim.
Hey, hey, hey there.
Is
Oh, that's
that
is that
Is it Linda?
I think
I'm
it is. I think it
trying
is
to look
Linda.
at the
I
picture.
think it's Linda. Mm-hmm.
Linda, hey girl. Yes. Hey girl. How you doing out there on the coast? You getting ready for the snow? They done cancel the schools here for tomorrow.
Do they have canceled Charlotte?
Yep, and Trinity School is closed too. I was like, oh, so it must gonna do a little sham sham.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They're expecting a little something.
right, right. Oh no, snow. Oh, I know.
Well,
Don't worry. Hopefully, hopefully it won't. If it snows, we'll have enough just to say it. It did a little something.
down your way, well, not necessarily your way, but headed that way, it may be more snow, a little ice, and a little sleet is what they're saying, I think, last. So
Oh,
who knows? But it should be starting tomorrow morning. I think between at least by 10, it should be something flowing. So
ooh.
they're looking at the next couple of days, then a little something. Hi, Suda Wegner. Thank you for joining us. So, Miss Jira, Landa call you, but I don't call you Jira.
Yeah.
Angelia,
Yes, darling.
what has what what little uh, trying to get that Western phrase? What spur has got under your whatever, your bridle, your whatever? What has got you?
Girl, let me tell you. The last couple of days, life has been life. Um, as we know, we receive, you know, good news and also sad news. So, again, life just been life. And so I know we've been talking off and on all day, who, just about life, family, what does it all mean? And so I started thinking, you know, what is it that we can kind of just take? Is it a movie? Is it a book? Is it a Broadway show? Like, what is it that we can kind of talk about and dissect that will really help us understand life? Because we know life be life.
Mhm.
And you know what I thought about?
What?
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, Dorothy.
Dorothy. That's
Okay.
all I thought about was the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Because whether you have read the book, whether you have seen the play, or even watched the movie, it's nothing but symbolisms, right?
Mhm.
Like, there's nothing but symbolism, parallel, everything you name it, all throughout the show, the movie, the play. So, but I have my notes because I was like, I'm not gonna remember this. I got a good memory, but I got some good stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that I talk about some of the different things that we kind of observe throughout the journey of the Wizard of Oz. So let me ask you this. How do you want me to do this? Do you want me to take it character by character, piece by piece? Like how do you want to jumpstart the conversation?
Well, obviously, there's a theme that you're wanting to get at. So, can I ask the question of what is the big theme? Because each character has a concern, but what is the
Right.
overarching theme that you're really wanting to dissect tonight?
Transformation. Want you to be transformed.
She's so sweet, guys, because she knows that's my platform, transformation. And this is unscripted. So you want to talk about transformation. So let me now do the setup and you go however you want to go at it, okay?
Okay.
Uh, I thought about something a friend of mine said today. He'll know who he is because I'm going to do it my way now. Angelia has set up transformation. She would like to use the Wizard of Oz as a backdrop for unpacking what it means to actually transform. So we understand that transformation is to go from one state until the next. Let's take water. Water can be transformed into ice and vice versa.
Right.
Transform. I love the Incredible Hulk. Bill Bixby. I don't mind dating myself. Lou Ferrigno. We went from Bill Bixby as David Banner into Lou Ferrigno as the Incredible Hulk. Transform. Um, Saul became Paul, I believe it was. Saul was on the Damascus Road. He had his experience and he went from being Saul to Paul. Transform. So the backdrop can be set many different ways, but transformation is an active verb. It's not a passive verb. You got to do something. So now here we are with the Wizard of Oz, and we've got these characters. And so you're now going to walk us through what it means to be transformed. You have the floor. Hello,
Ooh,
Veronica. Thank you for joining us.
no pressure.
So,
No pressure, honey. No pressure. So we know that there are several characters throughout The Wizard of Oz. And we know, of course, one of the main characters is who? Good old Dorothy. Dorothy just want to go home. I just got to go back to Kansas, Toto. Toto, how am I getting back to Kansas? Toto, like, I don't know. And Dorothy's like, I don't either. But when we think about Dorothy and what she really represents, it reminds me of maturity and self awareness. Okay? Because, and I'm not going to tell the story because we've all seen it, we all know it. If not, it's definitely a good read. And it's a good movie to watch, like, good family movie to watch. And even just by yourself. She's this little girl, little teenager, let's just say. And, she's swept up in this storm, being transformed
yep.
into this beautiful place called what?
Munchkin.
Okay. Well, I got some a guest tonight. So she over here. Come on now. Yes, she over here giving me
Well,
some
let me just
echoing.
say this. Even though I'm going to have to bring my little commentary in, it's not good enough just to know the story. There are
Right.
lots of stories, but can you comprehend the story and then apply the story beyond the surface? Because it's
Absolutely.
time not for living in a surface world. Continue.
Absolutely. So again, like I stated, Dorothy basically she represents because she's young, she's innocent,
Mhm,
right? So when you're young,
mhm.
you're innocent, you're naive, meaning that it's easy for people to kind of take advantage of you, right? You're not as experienced, as cultured as they would like to say, because again, you don't know. But as she continued on her journey down this yellow brick road, and the
Well,
yellow brick road, as we know, is something very important, right?
Mhm.
But as she continued down this journey of the yellow brick road, she slowly starts to come into her own and she begins to mature. So I know you're like, but how does what happened with Dorothy? Like, I'm not out there caught up in a twister. I'm not in a storm. Are you sure? Are you sure you're not in a storm? Are you sure you're not up there in the clouds? Are you sure you're not consumed by social media? You're not consumed by society? Ooh, come on now.
Preach, black woman,
Come on.
preach.
Just like Dorothy, she had to become who she didn't know who she was. That was in her all along. And as we know, as the story goes, she had those ruby slippers. And the slippers, which is another symbolism, right? It's about personal empowerment. Because as they said, if you just click them heels,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be home. So that means that she had it all along, right? The answer that she had been looking for was with her all along. So what are you saying? Sometimes we seek guidance and want other people to pour into us to make us feel good, Halle Berry. That's what she said in Monster Ball. Can you make me feel good? Can you make me feel good, Billy Bob Thornton? Can you make me feel good? No, Billy, I don't need you to make me feel good because I can make myself feel good. Because everything that I need starts with me. And as long as I'm out here chasing them waterfalls, looking for everybody else to save me because I'm saving them, I could have been further along in life if I wasn't saving other people and if you had took the time to see.
What you did to me. But can I go back and say, just as a movie reference, you're
Yes,
chasing him, he's chasing
yes,
her, you're chasing him, who's chasing you? Best friend's
yes,
wedding, Julia Roberts. Because again, you talk about chasing waterfalls, chasing that whatever it may be. But why are you chasing something when you already have it?
right.
But do you have it though? I'll let you continue.
Okay. So we go on down, again, the yellow brick road. Because that's the whole theme is like, follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. That's what all the Munchkins are saying. That's what everybody come in contact with. Follow the yellow brick road. And so that yellow brick road, it reminds me of goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody should have a plan. Now, my plan is not your plan, and your plan is not my plan. And that is okay. Why? Because we're not the same people. What you desire in life is not what I desire in life. And even if it's very similar, how we arrive at achieving it is not going to be the same.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, again, we must continue down that yellow brick road of pursuing whatever it is that makes us happy, that completes that self-awareness, that completes that maturity. Are you with me? What did Kurt Franklin say? GP, are you with me?
Are you with me? Oh yeah, I'm with you.
Yes. But as we know, we stumble upon good old Emerald City.
Mm.
And when we get to good old Emerald City, it's what? Nothing but illusion. It's nothing but them promises. Because as we know, 2 years ago,
Promises is
promises
all I
is all
heard.
I heard.
Ooh, wait a minute. You know how I feel about that. 2 years ago, promises was all I heard.
Girl,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
that's all we heard was those broken promises. Because again, what we must realize is everything that glitter is not gold.
Now go, baby.
And sometimes the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Not at
And just
all.
because I look like I may have it together and I'm not busting at the seams. I'm not over here crying like R. Kelly was crying with Gail. They tried to take my life. No, no, no. It doesn't mean that I'm not encountering my own struggles, my own battles. It's just that I choose not to showcase it in a manner where everyone knows it.
And Miss Glory would say, "Don't let your slip be showing."
Exactly.
That's what Mama saying, not from grandmama, but from Mama. Your slip showing.
Right. So it goes back to that, don't let the left hand know what the right hand doing.
Well, that's
Because
a good way to
again,
look at it.
exactly. Because again, if we're focusing on what is, it was a show that used to come, and I cannot remember the hostess, but it was a show that used to come on Sci-Fi, and it was called Fact and
A fiction.
Fiction.
Was,
Hmm.
was that number the number one? Was it a guy?
It was a guy. He had dark
Was that
hair,
Jonathan? Was it
and I
Jonathan
want to say
Franks?
he had a
Number one
mustache.
was it Jonathan Franks from Star Trek Next Generation? Number one.
May have been. I think he was on Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. But on the show Facts, was it Facts versus Fiction, or
I think
Facts
it was
and
something like
Fiction, Facts
that.
or Fiction, something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
basically they would show like these little mini um shows, I guess. Mini episodes within this 30-hour long episode, and you had to determine based off of what was taking place, was this fact or was it fiction? And then at the end, they would reveal what the outcome was. And sometimes you will be surprised because what you thought was true was really false.
Come on, here with it.
And so, therefore, when we think about the Emerald City,
Mm-hmm.
while we're going down this yellow brick road, we have to remember that we can't get caught up in illusion.
Come on now.
Okay? Can't get caught up in the illusions,
I know
in
what you
those
mean.
illusions. Can't get caught up in it because remember, what does it say on the mirror on the car? Where it said objects are closer than they
Yeah.
appear, or
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, it says that
you
the objects are closer than what they appear.
right,
Oh,
right,
Lord Jesus, help me somebody. Ooh,
right.
that's what done hit me there. So that means the blessing is closer than what you think it is also. Oh, come on, wait a
Okay,
minute, now. Okay.
okay,
Sorry. Okay.
okay. Now we're gonna continue down this
Yellow
yellow brick road.
brick road.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. So now here we are. We meet who behind the curtain? The wizard.
Wizard.
And what?
Help me somebody. Uncle Jethro. Okay. Ooh, that's what he said. Help me somebody. Okay.
We meet the wizard. And what does the wizard symbolize? People may not be as powerful as they
All
seem that they are.
that deception. All that deception. Mm-hmm.
So what are you saying? You're putting all this faith in someone that really might not be able to help you.
Well, you putting all this faith in something that is not even
Real.
you have to dig. Yeah, you're supposed to dig. You built on a solid foundation. You putting your faith in something that has no foundation whatsoever,
Right.
because you have been distracted and fallen victim to the shininess of it, but it's nothing there to be looked at. I'm sorry, keep going.
Exactly. So then, we have our three characters that are, going down the yellow brick road with Dorothy.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Scarecrow, and the Scarecrow is like, I just want a brain.
Well,
And some of us have a brain, but just like the Scarecrow, it's full of straw.
yes.
We don't use it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's home. The lights are on, and there's nobody home.
You gonna put out the sign for me though? You know the
No.
that commercial, that hotel, they go put the light, they go turn the lights
They're
on
going to
for
keep
me.
the
They're
lights
not gonna
on
put
for
the
you.
sign out for me. I'm sorry.
I think
I'm
that's
sorry.
Motel 6 will keep the
Yeah, they
lights
go
on for you. No,
keep
we're
the
not keeping the lights on for you because the light's not even on.
pay the power bill.
We did not pay. We didn't pay Duke Power. What is it? Progress Energy. We didn't pay them.
Mm-hmm.
PD Electric.
Let me
We didn't pay.
clean that up a little bit. We didn't pay them because we never subscribed to them.
There you go.
You understand? Because we're not poking fun, but I can't pay the bill when I haven't gone in and activated a service.
Right.
You have to activate your mind. I'll let you continue.
Okay. And then, we come up on the Tin Man. The Tin Man is like, I just want a heart. I just want to be able to show some compassion, show some love, show some empathy, show some concern. And as we know, that is very hard for people to do. It's hard for me to show up for you in the same manner that someone else shows up for you because I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And why is it that I don't want to do it? Sometimes it may be because I feel like I don't have to. Because as we know, we'll say, oh, that's just such and such. That's just how they are. They've always been like that, and so we don't expect them to change. But when is the change going to occur? How long do we continue on this yellow brick road of allowing people to continue to be a part of our maturity and our growth, and they're just adding salt? And I know you're going to say, oh, I can run with this, and I know you can because, you cook. It's just like when you add in seasoning, right?
Mm-hmm.
You cooking some food, and it don't taste right. And you just, mama would say, I just can't get that flavor to just come through. And, you just keep adding. You keep adding your salt. You keep adding your pepper. You keep adding your sage, your garlic powder, this and that. And you just can't pull any taste, any flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like people. Why do you continue to surround yourself with people that can't help you and are not going to help you?
Well, let me flip that. Why do I continue to be around people where I keep putting salt on them and all the seasoning, the salt, the oregano, the Italian, the oregano, the salts, pepper, oregano, a little red pepper, a little smoked paprika, a little cumin, a little thyme. Why do I continue to do that? And I see that they never there's never a boil there.
Right.
Now I'm going to use meat metaphor. I'm boiling some meat. They never boil. They always stay bland and they never get done because the heat doesn't do anything for them. So why do I continue to take my spices and my herbs and place them on that person and nothing happens? Now, of course, we know those herbs and spices. We're talking, you might be praising them. You may be giving them money. You may be helping them figure out life. You may be doing this. You may be doing that. But it doesn't get any better. Because your 2 years was promises is all I heard. Continue. You know how I feel about
We still support R, okay? His music, he's still gonna forever be the king of R&B. I'm so sorry. Like, I know people feel how they feel about Aura, but that's a whole different tangent for another day. But that's another day. But it leads into talking about the cowardly lion. When all he wanted was courage. He said, I got a brain, I got a heart, but I don't have the courage. Now, how does that feel to know that you got everything that you need, all of these traits, all of these qualities, but then you don't use them?
Well, it don't feel like nothing because I don't understand that I got it. And if I do understand that I got it, it's your fault, babe. Because I always going to be your fault. It's never my fault. Because you talked about self-awareness and maturity when you talked about Dorothy. And of course, I don't have self-awareness nor maturity.
I So it goes back to that self-discovery, right? Because these are things that we all have. We just choose not to use them. Because what did I say earlier? I said sometimes I wish that I could just play dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your life would be so much easier. Because when you open your mouth and people know that you know that you know, it's hard to play dumb sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's like you set this bar of like, we know that when you open your mouth, blah, 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 that it's going to be great things, good things that come out. And it's like, sometimes I don't want to be Diana. Can I be the Supreme?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be Gladys. Can I be the Pips?
Yes, saying. You can. What you say, you want to be Otis.
I just want to be Otis. Nobody is coming to see you.
You swear
Why I got to be up in the front?
I don't know why you say that all the time. They're not coming to see you, Otis.
But now they come to see Otis because he's the only one alive. But
that's living. Think about that, Angelia. How many years it took. Mother says, I think grandmother says, it's not in Mama Said, the one that's out. Every dog has its day. Yep. And if you're a good dog, you'll have what, 2 or 3 or whatever she says. Mm-hmm. So that's another book. So again, but I'm on Otis right now, though. But that's the reason I say that. Because it took time.
It did.
But that's what that's what we're trying to talking about with this Wizard of Oz, the Wiz. So I'm gonna let you keep working.
Yes, Carol. So then we know there are some secondary characters. Mm-hmm. You know, we come across the Wicked Witch of the West, and as we know, her character represents the villain, represents those obstacles. Mm-hmm. That we have to overcome. And we don't want to overcome. Because as we've stated before, we don't really want to do any work. I just want to sit back and take all the glory, but I don't really want to do the work that's going to take, that I need to do, that's going to help me achieve the goal that I'm trying to achieve. Because I enjoy playing the victim. Sorry. Yeah, I enjoy playing the victim. Because the victim life, I feel like it gets me very far in life. Because who enjoys being the victim? A lot of people. That's why they play that victim role of, woe is me. Why is it never, what is it? What is the saying? Always a bride, never a bridesmaid. No, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Let me clean it up.
Let me clean it up. That's what we, yeah. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
And never a bride. It reminds me of, what is it? 26 Dresses. Is that the movie?
I think so. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, she had all them dresses because she had been in 26 weddings at the bridesmaid. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And she was never the bride. And she had all them ugly dresses because, she had been in a lot of weddings. But then in the end, she got her lick back. She got her get back because she finally became that bride. And by overcoming the obstacles that she was running from, and those same people that put her in them ugly dresses had to turn around and wear they ugly dresses as the bridesmaid.
As the bridesmaid. Mm-hmm.
So, as Aura would say with Sparkle, you better be careful
what you do to me, 'cause it might turn around on you. You better be careful what you say to me, 'cause it might. Okay. Yeah, the shoe fits wearing. But anyway.
Want you to wear it.
Oh, and they want them red slippers either, but anyway.
No, want them red slippers. But learning to overcome those obstacles. What is it that's blocking you from being the best version of you? What is it that's preventing you? What's hindering you? Like, why can't I be me? All right. It's like I love Genuine with I think the song is Same OG. He said, even though I might be on TV, I'm still the same OG. I'm still the same version of me. So why should I succumb to the obstacles that I'm going to be confronted with in my life.
Let's
It's
state
just like
that again.
Fantasia. Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this, and then you can clean it up. It's just like Fantasia saying, and I'm not gonna quote it right, but the gist of it was she said, without a test, then you don't have a testimony, and now you can clean it up.
Well, no, what I was hearing, and I didn't write it down, but what you were saying right before then was, why would I, and maybe you remember what you're saying, why would I continue? I didn't write it down, but you were saying basically, why would I continue whatever? This is my interpretation of what you were trying to say, and I could be wrong. But
Okay,
basically, we're talking about transformation. So I'm the same OG at the core, but
right.
I'm always transforming because I'm transforming into the best version of who I am. So as these obstacles are coming at me, why am I going to just lay down and die? That's somebody's song and get me talking to these song titles. You know how I get talking to songs? I
Yeah,
will survive. I'm not just going to lay down and die. You see, I'm going to survive. You guys, that's the song that's been made by several different people. But again, the obstacles are going to come.
right.
The courageous line. The obstacles are going to come. But what am I going to do when the obstacles come? Am I just not going to act and just let all this stuff hit me all the time and just curl up and die? Or am I going to now use my brain, you know,
With my heart.
use my heart and have a little courage? But I'm going to let you continue. I want to say something, but I'm going to let you continue.
Okay. So then, I'm almost done, baby. I'm almost done. And
Okay.
then, we talk about good old Glenda.
Yes, yes, yes.
Glenda is the good witch.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And, with the good witch brings guidance, it brings wisdom, it brings the power and understanding of the change that lies within us, that lies within you. So if I want to be Bruno Mars, I want to be a millionaire so freaking bad,
Mhm.
then what are you doing to become that millionaire? Are you becoming Gloria Gaynor? And the reason why I can say that is because Lifetime just did a biopic of Gloria Gaynor. Um, yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, Gloria Gaynor. So yeah, when you said that, I'm like, oh, I actually know that artist's name.
Yeah. Mhm.
But are you just gonna lay down and die? Or are you going to do the needful, as the agents that I work with say? Do the needful. What are you gonna do?
Mhm.
Because what is it? Was it work without faith?
Faith
Faith
without
without
works.
work.
Is
There
it
you go.
faith without works?
It's there.
Mm-hmm. That's what it says.
It's there.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you sit here? You pray for it, you ask for it, you fast for it, and now you got it, and then you don't want to do anything with it.
Ooh, help me somebody. I'm just channeling my great uncle tonight. Help me somebody.
Why you not gonna do anything with it, Teresa?
Well, that's not Teresa. You know that.
Oh, I know.
Because young hearts run free.
Yeah. Why you not gonna
That's
do it?
that's Candace Stockton. Candace Stockton. Young hearts run free. What's the sense of living this one and only life? Living ended up as just one lonely lost, ending up as just a lost and lonely wife. You count up the years, and they will be filled with tears. Love only makes up to break, and I was quoting this to Mama a week ago. Exactly a week ago. Today is what, the 18th?
That's it. Now, why you had to?
I don't know
Oh, it
why I
is the
had to ask that.
18th. It
Today's
is
the
the
18th.
18th.
Um, a week ago, I was able to quote that late at night. That the to that song, but Young Hearts Run Free, Candace Staten.
Yeah.
Keep going. That wasn't keep going, black woman. You preaching tonight.
Look.
You're the conclusion.
I've almost come to the conclusion
Okay.
because when we started this conversation,
Mm-hmm.
we already talked about those ruby slippers of Dorothy,
Mm-hmm.
because basically Dorothy had her test along with the Scarecrow, along with the Tin Man, along with the Lion. Everybody had their test as they traveled down the yellow brick road. But everything that they needed was in front of them the whole time.
Mm.
I think about it for like 2 seconds.
Oh no, I just said that today. So you see, I don't have to think about it.
Yeah. It's right there in front of them. Everything she had on them ruby slippers, she could have been home. Yes, I know that is broken English, been home. But she could have went home a long time ago.
It wasn't time.
But it wasn't time. Because she had to mature. She had to become aware. Because when she left Kansas, she was a baby. She was a little girl. And by the end of the story, by the end of the movie, she matured and she became a young lady. And the Scarecrow, he had a brain the whole time. The Tin Man, he had a heart the whole time. The Lion, he had courage the whole time. But yet, they chose not to use it. So what are you saying? Oh, sometimes we have the tools in our toolbox to help us get to the next stop on the train. But we refuse for whatever reason, whether it's I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm unsure, whatever the reason is, we choose not to use it. And as a result, we suffer the consequences. And sometimes those consequences that you suffer, you can't come back from it.
It's true.
You can't come back from it. So we're in 2025, the year of the snake. And that's a topic for a whole nother time. We're not going to go into that. But it's the year of the snake. It's the year of transformation because, again, we had already talked about the twister. Because as we know, anytime that there's a tornado, a hurricane, a tsunami, any type of natural disaster, it transforms.
Yeah.
It transforms, whether it's the shape, whether it's whatever it is, it makes it no longer what it used to be. So I guess I would say is, at what point in time are you going, in the words of Diane,
get off stupid.
When are you going to stop being stuck on stupid?
Get off stupid.
When are you going to open your eyes and see that sometimes you are your own worst enemy? Because everything that you need to be successful, everything that you need to grow is within you. You don't need anybody else to pour into you when you pour into yourself, because you can pour into everybody else. So as long as you're continuing to pour into everybody else and you never make time for self, everybody else around you is growing and you're remaining stagnant. And you're the one that's stuck in the whole woe is me victim mentality. And then the people around you are not wanting to hear it. Or they're playing the game of like, oh, I'm so sorry. You're going through that, but they really don't care. Because deep down on the inside, they've gotten what they wanted from you. Because, see, you've added value to them where they have taken value from you. It's just like a car. We know a car is worth a lot of money while it's shiny and pretty and it's sitting out there on that lot. But the minute you sign that paperwork, you put the keys in the ignition and you drive it off the lot, that $60,000 car, it depreciates to like $40,000 or $50,000. You lose value. you. So as we continue to think about February, we have 10 more months and February did fly by. We have 10 more months in the year. We have 10 more months in the year. What is the change that you want to see and want to be? Mm-hmm. Stop worrying about what you see on TV. Stop worrying about Love and Hip Hop, Married to Manson, Baddies. I watch all of that too. Stop worrying about what.
I know none of it.
It's okay. Don't worry. I feel you in. Stop worrying about.
I'm not trying to get up on it.
Yeah. Stop worrying about that quick microwave overnight success, and start worrying about long-term longevity. What it is that's truly going to make you happy. And stop worrying about what somebody else is doing. Because remember, what you see them doing, that's not your path. See, there was 4 characters there. You had Dorothy, you had the Tin Man, you had the Lion, and you had the Scarecrow. Mm-hmm. And they were all on the same journey. Mm-hmm. They were all on the same journey. Mm-hmm. Down the yellow brick road. Mm-hmm. But they was 4 different individuals who needed something different. Mm-hmm. Now think about that. And they actually, if you think about it, sort of kind of provided what they needed to each other while they were on the journey.
They did. Mm-hmm.
But they were too busy worrying about their individual thing, becoming selfish, right? I'm worried about me, I ain't worried about you. As long as I get me, I ain't worried about you. Well, again, it's enough for us to all eat. Why must I step on someone? Why must I put somebody down when we all can get this together? We all can grow. My growth doesn't look like your growth. It will never look like your growth. And it's okay. Why? Because I'm not you. Hello, shout Crystal. I'm not you and you're not me. Mm-hmm. And even with twins, they're not the same people. They don't have the same purpose. And that's a whole nother topic for another time about understanding your purpose. Because some people, we know we have a purpose, right? And when things gets revealed to you, hey, you want to sum it up for Shout Crystal? She said, "What's the conversation about, ladies?"
Well, can I share a few things as I kind of okay. Crystal, thank you for joining the Shout, Crystal. What we're talking about is transformation, but Anjaya has been contemplating why it's so challenging for people to, about to say what Anjaya would say offline, why it's so challenging for people to own who they are.
Right.
And so she was using the Wizard of Oz as a way of unpacking who we are as individuals and the fact that people have what they need, but be it lack of knowledge, be it they don't have the heart for it, be it that they don't have the courage, they're not compassionate, they are lost. Like being in that tornado. So they're not able to then act upon what they need to act upon. And so we're talking about how really the Wizard of Oz is a good metaphor for transformation. And so what I want to now do a few little things, Anjaya, that I hope I can do it. Hey, Dennis, you're right on time. I hope I can do this in a linear fashion because many things have come to me as you've been talking.
Okay.
And my notes are all over the place.
Take your time, please. Take your time.
Thank you, because I don't have no real notes here. You saw this scribble scrabble, and my stuff is nowhere here, really. Thank you for telling me. Just take my time. Let the Lord use you.
Yes, let him use you.
I want to use as a getting off point for me is, let's just assume there are two people.
Okay.
They each have a plot of land, and both have been given the same seeds to plant. One person, which is going to be Teresa. Teresa noticed she don't really know much about planting, so she's going to seek knowledge. The other person, they know it all. They know it all. So they doing what they supposed to do, and Teresa's seeking knowledge, trying to do what she's supposed to do. And so eventually it's harvest time.
Yeah.
Well, the person who knew it all, some of their stuff is growing, some of it ain't. Some of it, the bugs done got it. Some of it, it's been overwatered. The sun's got it. And every now and then you might see a patch of whatever it is that they're growing that they can use. Then on this side, Teresa, because she knew she didn't know what she was doing. And like my classmate Mark said to me last year with my herbs, Teresa, you might want to cut them white flowers off, and then whatever it was I was growing, it'll grow back. I didn't know. I take lessons quickly. I started cutting that off. I was so thankful to Mark for telling me that. And that's my high school classmate, because I didn't know. And I made that statement online. I don't really know. I'm just figuring this stuff out. You know, a little bit of stuff Daddy tell me, and a little stuff I see on YouTube and people tell me, but I keep working. And so my stuff, it may not be perfect, but you can tell what the crop is. Well, what's the difference between what Teresa was able to create and what this person was able to create? I sought knowledge.
Yeah. See,
I sought the knowledge because I understood in order to transform, I had to have knowledge there. But also knowledge is just not what I get from outside, because I can gather knowledge from the outside, but still don't know how to use it. Because you see, I've got to have some self-awareness there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay? I got to understand what it is that I'm gathering. You see, I'm sorry, I'm hearing the Lord in my head. She's bringing in the sheaves.
Bringing in the sheaves.
Yes, I'm
we
hearing
shall
the Lord in my head.
Rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves.
And you see, I'm gathering all of this stuff, but again, I'm on the yellow brick road. So I don't know what it is to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. You know, everybody wants this, everybody wants that. Everybody wants this degree, everybody wants that degree, everybody wants their hair like this, everybody wants that. But what am I going to do with it, Because you see, there was no self-awareness, and I've been gathering knowledge, but I really haven't been gathering knowledge. I've been going through the motions, because you see, when you gather knowledge, you must be able to comprehend it. You must be able to transform the knowledge and then use it a different way. If I can't transform it, I never had it. That's for another day. So here it is. I'm listening to you, and my mind is roaming. You know, a bishop that died, I think it was last year, because time gets away from me. But he said to me, you know, he was walking, and he, like Jesus, he's walking, and he's looking for the people that he wants to go with him. And that's what Christ did. You know, he walked, and he picked up the disciples along the way. So, you know, I'm thinking here, and I'm trying to put this together in such a way that it makes sense. Now, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, right?
Yes.
Well, you know, we talk about, and I was having a conversation with a friend of mine on Sunday, offline, and I'm probably going to butcher this, but it doesn't matter, because we're going to roll with it.
Right.
You know, we're Eastern Stars and Masons too here. And when we started talking this time about about the Wicked Witch, and we talked about the West, and you said it was the obstacles.
Yes.
Well, the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west, right?
Yes.
Now, we like to look at Glenda as the good witch. But I thought the person said to me this past weekend that when it was written, and I'd have to go back and ask him because he's got a mind like you won't believe, that when the story was actually written, it may have been the reverse. But let's just say it wasn't, but it's going to be tonight. Because you see, the sun rises in the west and it sets in the east. And all of my help come from the Lord. Am I getting it right? You know where I'm going, black gal? You with me?
I'm
So
with
it
you.
rises in the west and it sits it in the east. So therefore, I get twisted. Whose song is You Got Me Twisted here? You
He
see, I get
said,
a little
"You're
twisted. Who is it now?
keeping your life."
You see, I get twisted and I get it backwards.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking I'm going forward, but I'm going
backwards.
backwards because my mind has gotten twisted. Because if in fact what the person said to me on Sunday was correct, that, really, that good witch. Oh, you know Glenda Good Witch now. You know Glenda the Good Witch that I'm talking about. Now, baby, you know the Glenda I'm talking about. Now, that if really Glenda wasn't the good witch,
Yeah,
work with me. And it really was that witch from the west that was good. But you see, I done got it all twisted up. Oh, you see, that's the reason why I don't know which way I'm going. That's the reason why I think I'm learning something, but I'm not
yes,
really learning anything. Because you see, I never had the self-awareness because my mind is twisted. So I'm gathering, trying to bring in these sheaves, but I ain't bringing nothing in because I don't understand it. I don't understand what is going on. Yeah, well, I'm something else. I'm something else. But you see, I don't really understand it. And so as you were talking, I'm trying to keep all these little thoughts in my brain. And so then you said, of course, that Fantasia said, of course, there's no, and I've heard other people say, there's no testimony without a
without a
test. You
test.
got to go through something. But you see, we don't want to go through nothing because we like to think that everything is just perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, baby, it's not perfect. If you're not willing to go through something and actually acknowledge it with self-awareness, so there is that discovery, you don't get nowhere in life.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's going to be woe me all the time, and I don't do the victim because I've been sexually abused. I've lost my sight. I've seen my uncle shot and killed. I wouldn't be here if I stayed twisted.
Yes,
Now, understand, I've been twisted. That's Keith Sweat. Ain't that Keith Sweat? You got
it
me
is. Just
twisted.
keep playing.
Oh, got him
Got me
twisted.
twisted.
That's my boy Keith. And I feel about Keith. Now, you see, we can't be twisted because if we stay twisted all the time, then am I going east or am I going west?
Mm.
But then, as you talk to, come on now with me, Blackie. Come on now. Oops.
Oop,
That's
oop,
that's
oop.
that's that loving
That's
word.
that offline,
That's that. That's
offline
that.
language. We getting
That's that.
caught up. We're getting caught up.
That's oh, excuse me. Now, and then you talked about something has to, I'm constantly pouring out to other people,
Right.
but nobody pouring into me. Now he said, she said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment,
Oh,
and he
yes.
said, who touched me? Well, Messiah. We're in a big crowd. There's a lot of people out here. Everybody touching you. No, he said, who touched me? Because he knew that the life had gone out of him. Who touched me? So again, you got to understand when the life is going out of you, but you're not being replenished.
Okay.
You twist it now. Come on now. You twist it. But then you said something about longevity. What will make you happy? And you said there were 4 individuals walking alone. Now, what he said to me was, we got the North, we got the South, the East, and the West. Come on here now. Come on here now with me. Work with me now. And then I saw that the sign, guys, y'all seen that medical thing where you got the person, and I'm drawing this stick figure. You can't even see the stick figure, but you let me raise my hands. Oh, Lord Jesus, you stretched out on the cross. I hadn't saw that until I got ready to raise my hands. You know the circle, and you see the man in the circle, and you see it normally with the medical. So you got the 2 arms going out like this, and you got them legs, north, south, east, and west. But of course, here it's going to be that main compass. You with me? You with me now? You see, because you know the circle. You have that man. It's science now. You have that man's body there.
Oh,
And it's
yeah. I know
what
what you're talking about.
you know what I'm talking about now. Because again, you said there were 4 people walking along.
Yeah.
Come on. So you see, we got north, south, east, and west. Now, which direction are you going to go? Because remember, we said the sun rises in the west, it sets in the east, is what you told me. So, and remember, I said the person had said that, really, that wasn't the way it was supposed to be, that the wicked witch, she really wasn't a bad person, you see.
Right.
But you got to also understand, when we talk symbolism now, that wicked is normally going to be black, We're talking literature, guys.
Dark.
Or if you're going to talk the Wizard of Oz, what was it, green?
Green. Yep.
But you
Dark.
see, yeah,
Green.
yeah. So, but you see, but then look at green again. Green also means fertility. Green also means money. Come on there
Means
now. Come with me now.
growth.
Grow. Come on with me, baby. So you see, but when you're so twisted, when you're so twisted, that's the lesson we want you to understand tonight. When you get so twisted, you can't see nothing. And so, as I said to someone today, I said to them, it's right in front of you, but you got to walk away. You got to walk away. They didn't want to hear that because it sounds so simple, but it's not simple. We have to be able to disconnect from stuff because
That's
when
what
we
Lauren
can't
said.
disconnect, that's what who said that?
Lauren, she said it could all be so simple,
Oh, yes, Lauren here. It can all be so simple.
but you rather make it hard.
But you rather make it hard. Okay, I can't pull that up. I'm going to have to listen to Lauren. So, you know, I love some Lauren Hill. Miseducation
Yeah.
of Lauren Hill. That CD is off the chain. And then that takes me back to the baby face today, too. Shoot, 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 do shoot, shoot. Again, we're making it hard.
Yeah.
Whatever the transformation is that you have to go through, you make it hard. Yeah, you're right. Lauren did that we can all make it hard. So simple. We can make it hard. I'm hearing it in my head. Yeah, we make it hard. And then I don't want to take responsibility. Because as you said, Dorothy left as a youngster. She should have come back home matured. You have to take accountability. It's nobody else's obligation. And you can't wallow in the mud with the woe me, thinking somebody else is going to pick up your cross. Like I said, when I started thinking about that man, I saw Christ on the cross, thinking that somebody else is going to pick up your cross and drag it. They dragging their own cross because we all have something that we deal with every day, because it's a part of our transformation. So, Angelia, these are the things that were running through my head as you were talking. I got something written up here, but I can't. Oh, and then of course I know what that is. My teacher said, because you said the don't know. And I always go back to what Miss Vita Mae Flowers said, which is my math teacher. She was a brilliant woman. And she was a woman before her time too, because Miss Vita Mae Flower wore a little short afro, and it was natural. Did you ever meet? No, you never even saw it. No, you never met her. She had already passed. She wore a little short afro, and she used to say, "It's bad to not know that you don't know that you don't know." And I give her credit because I never forgot what she said, and I don't even know why she would have said it in our class. But she said one day, probably said it several times, it's bad to not know that you don't know that you don't know. Y'all keep thinking about that. You don't know that you don't know that you don't know. But sometimes we choose to be stuck in that spot. And that's when well, for me, I would say it this way, that's when the seeing happens. That's when you really should start feeling bad, because you've made a conscious choice that you don't want to grow.
Right.
But you want me to feel bad for you. Not so. Not so. I'm not going to waste time feeling bad for you because you have consciously decided you don't want to grow. You don't want to transform. You don't want anything better in life.
No.
Because you see, when I do that, then that means I've enabled you, and I don't enable anybody, because I don't enable myself. Because I'll say, Teresa, else from one of the movies, snap out of it. Snap out of it.
Snap out of it.
I don't know which one of them movies. I want to say it's one of them Goldie Hawn, but it's not First Wife Club, but snap out of it. Yeah, snap out of it. So, Anjay, you did a wonderful, wonderful job with the Wizard of Oz. And I hope that if I'm going to church, I hope my responsive, I hope my responsive, and now I feel I'm going political on this. You know how somebody give that great speech, State of the Union, State of whatever, and then they pick someone from the opposite party to come and give their response. I hope that my response was okay.
Oh, absolutely. Because right now, I'm with Shout Crystal. She's still on with us. As she stated, I want to go back to it. I don't know if I'm able to find it, but it was a comment that she made about applying the knowledge.
Yes.
And basically, you just summed all that up. I was like, well, the doors of the church are open now. Kind of, that's how I feel because I mean that everything that you said is pretty much it in a nutshell. And I'm definitely not going to try to summarize the summary of the summary of the summary. Okay, but what I will say is this: when you make that statement to take care of you, you're not just saying that because it sounds nice.
No, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
You're saying it because people really do need to understand that you really need to take care of you. Because, and I'm not going to cry because I am doing really good. I am doing really, really good. Um, when you spend your life making sure everybody else is straight,
Mm-hmm.
and you never take the time to make sure you're straight because you think that because everybody else is happy, that makes me happy. When inside, it really doesn't. Because you miss out on so many opportunities because you did make sure that everybody was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's been many, many takeaways. And whatever resonate with you, the main thing is, are you ready to transform? It's 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to transform? There's a lot of things that are going on, and there's a lot of things that we can be focused on. But at the end of the day, are you focused on you and are you ready to transform? Because if you're not ready to transform and you're not ready to take that time and focus on self, then what are you doing? Why do you want to continue wasting time? Why would you want to do that? Because some people, they are here today and they're gone tomorrow. So every moment that you wake up and you have breath in your body, let's stop complaining and let's stop focusing and let's start achieving. Self discovery, self awareness, maturity, let's transform. So all I would say is this after saying all that is, are you ready to transform? Ooh, are you ready for the transformation? Like Mama said, are you ready? Are you ready?
Well, let me go back here. Thank you. You're right. Not everyone wants to fix their issues, Crystal. And as Dennis said, people do perish without having proper knowledge. Applied knowledge is necessary. Habakkuk 2 is what Dennis put there. Hello, Jesus Blackman 23. Good to see you tonight. And then, oops, he it's asked a question. How do I feel about Keith? Was he talking about Keith? Are you talking about Keith
Yeah,
Sweat that?
keep sweat.
Oh, you know how I feel about Keith. I feel about Keith the way I feel about Aura.
Yes.
Yes. I used to, every time Keith Sweat would come to town when he first got started, this is like in the 80s, every place that he was at, I would go see him. And then that was Keith. And then Aura came along. And every place that he was at that I could get to, R. Kelly, I would go and see him too. And Mama always, because I like the melodies, but Mama always said, my actual Mama always said that music, the lyrics had to say
Mm-hmm.
something. And so I like lyrics. And we were listening to today, I sent Anjaya the link. I just happened to be on YouTube, and somehow NPR has, what do you call it? Just small, it's something
Oh,
concerts,
the tiny desk.
the tiny desk. And they have different artists who performed little mini concerts, and it was Babyface. And he had Tank, and can't think of the young lady's name, and there was another gentleman that were together. They were backing Babyface up, and of course, Babyface has written so many songs, and the ones that he chose, he didn't necessarily perform them. Those were songs that he had written for other artists, and he was doing snippets of them. And he did some things from Waiting to Exhale, Voice to Men. That would be Voice to Men, Anjay? Yeah, because we'd be New Edition with Voice to Men. And when you hear the lyrics, and like with the Shoot song, he said that Whitney Houston was like, because he wasn't finished with the song, guys. And he said that Whitney was like, when she heard it, and she was like, oh, so Faye, she finally ran out of words. And the thing is, you know, when I heard him play the music and someone else started singing, and I started listening to the lyrics, and I'm gonna butcher it now, but sometimes you'll laugh. Help me out, Anjay. Sometimes you'll cry. Life never tells us the reasons why. But when you've got friends to wish you well, you'll find the point when you can exhale. And of course, I done cried over that with Anjay today over the phone, because those lyrics mean so much. What we have been trying to get across tonight is the importance of self-awareness, self-discovery, and accountability when it comes to transforming your life or creating the life that you want, or being able to honestly cheer for other people's success. Because success for those four people, north, south, east, and west, was going to look different because they were heading in four different directions. Think about it. Four different directions. So when you can wrap your mind around what life is really about and not get twisted or untwist yourself, then you can go down the yellow brick road and find your pot of gold and not be distracted by the wizard, because we know the wizard is all about deception. And of course, you said it is the year of the snake, but that's for another time. Because the wizard's about deception. So keep your eyes open, your ears open, and let's see what the rest of the year is going to be like. I was trying to come up with one of them church things, Anjay. We go. Oh no, this is an Oprah thing. I think it was part of one of her where she did. She would do new themes not every year, but every couple of years for a show. We're gonna run on and see what the end's gonna be like. I think that might have been contributed to Oprah, but somebody said we're gonna run on. We're gonna see what it's gonna be like. But it's gonna be what you make it. That's what I want to leave you with. It's gonna be what you make it. It's not about what's going on outside of us. It's about what's going on inside of us. It's what you make it to be. So you got to make that decision what it's going to be. Well, Anjay, I tell you, you just done come tonight all philosophical.
I know, girl. And it's not even early in the morning.
And it's not even early in the morning. That's an inside joke, guys. It's not even early in the morning. I can't wait till you tell them about how philosophical you was tonight, or tell them to watch it. I can't wait to hear what their feedback's going to be on how philosophical you were. But thank you so much for blessing us, Anjay, because you really did bless us. And you made me think about quite a few things. And I hope that my response, like we in church, my response embellished and help folks, because you said it one way, I said it another way, but we were right there lockstep. And you know me, only a God in heaven can do that, because we did not plan this. We didn't plan it. And I'm just writing down what you're saying and writing a little thing up to the side, things that are popping in my head. Like, oh, like pop, oh, So again, thank you for letting the Lord use you tonight. And you're looking right cute with your hair, though. Got to lighten the mood. You're looking right cute, and the Lord done used you. You got your little piece of hair down now. So again, Thank you so much, Anjaya, and thank everybody for being with us. And as she said, I'm not just talking about take care of you on the surface. But remember, before you go try and take care of somebody else, please take care of yourself first. Because I'm telling you, if you don't, you'll find out what that'll look like too. And it just might not look like the way you would think it's going to look.
Yep.
Okay? So make sure you take care of yourself first. Bye now.
Bye.